Hello there, Richard Dick Coughlin, 616. How are you? You know, I've done lots of videos recently about the EDL, BMP and Geert Wilders and such. As a result of that, I obviously get accused of being a terrorist apologist by people. And there seems to be this idea amongst people that because I point out certain things in videos that may sort of suggest that no, not all Muslims are nutters, and they don't all hate your freedom, and they don't all want to kill you, and they don't all want to chop your head off, and they don't all see you as some fucking worthless piece of scum, and they don't all want to fucking live under Sharia law and subjugate you, that all of a sudden I'm suddenly denying that there's anything evil or bad or wrong ever done in the name of Islam. No, I am fucking not. I do not deny that for 1 second. But there are enough people pointing that stuff out, right? There are enough people saying that those things are or are not happening, right? And it's nice to have a bit of balance occasionally. I am not obliged to sit here and say, oh, by the way, there are Muslims killing people. Yeah, I know that. Now, I want to go back to this thing about the terrorist statistics thing that I did the other day, when I talked about a 2009 EU study that showed that in 2009 only one of all the foiled, failed or carried out terrorist attacks in Europe, one was a Muslim. One was done by a Muslim. I had a couple of responses to this. One of them was from a user called Fringe Elements, aka Stodels. Now, I don't normally... Now, I've had people constantly asking me about what Stodels said in his video. Am I going to respond? I originally didn't want to, because I don't fucking like Stodels, okay? First of all, I don't buy that he's no longer a white nationalist. I don't buy it, but then that doesn't really matter, because going to his video, if I go to his video, first of all he decides to say that the study I used, he rejects it out of hand and says it's not a good study. He then chooses to redefine terrorism as something else, which it isn't, right? And then he decides to sort of bring up a load of incidents that happened in a completely different year to the one I was mentioning in the study, and then claim that my study was wrong. Well, if 5 Muslim kids beat to death a Sikh shopkeeper in Huddersfield, yes, that's fucking disgusting. It's not a fucking act of terrorism, though, Stodels. That's not an act of terrorism. Plus, it happened in 2010, which wasn't the year I was quoted. You want to go and redefine something, but somebody fucking posted a comment in your video pointing out that, yeah, you've also made videos where you've made excuses for Israel on certain occasions. And I'm also going to point out something, that somebody mentioned the fact that you're pro-open borders, and you said, no, I'm pro-open borders for Mexicans, not Muslims. I'm sorry, I thought it was a religion, not a race or an ethnicity. What about Mexican Muslims, Stodels? See, you don't fucking notice the difference, right? This is why it's people like you that make it difficult to fucking discuss it when people bring up Islam, are critical of it, and then people run around shouting racism. It's people like you. It's because people like you make that fucking assertion. That you treat it as if it's a Mexican... Okay, how are you going to tell, Stodel? How are you going to tell that someone coming over an open border... First of all, you're not open borders if you're against certain people. And of course, Canada and Mexico, big fucking Muslim fucking countries there you're going to have to deal with. But how are you going to tell? How are you going to tell exactly? Oh, you're going to ask them, are you? Oh, what if they lie? Oh, they could lie, couldn't they? So what are you going to do? Racial profiling, possibly? I know that people do things that are bad in the name of Islam, the same way they do it for every other fucking ideology. But I'm not going to sit here and tolerate the idea that every single one of them... I'm not going to sit, and I will continue to make videos fucking pointing this out in any way I can, using any information that I can. I've got several videos I'm working on now. I don't care if you want to call me an Islamo sympathiser or an apologist for Islam. And I find it funny that the people who go, oh, you can't criticise, people are scared to criticise Islam because you get called a racist. The people who sit there and complain that they can't criticise Islam because they get called a racist will then run around and say, oh, you're a terrorist apologist, you're an Islamic apologist, you're an appeaser to fucking terrorism. Fuck you! Don't sit there and complain about people calling you names when you call other people things that are just as fucking bad. You fucking hypocritical scum. And the other thing I'll get curious about is the stealth jihad. This is the thing Pat Condell pins out. The stealth jihad, which by its own definition is something that is so fucking... A stealth jihad. Well, what is a stealth jihad? Well, a stealth jihad, by its logic, cannot have any evidence to support it. Because if there is evidence to support it, it's not a stealth, is it? It's not very stealthy, is it? So it's not a stealth jihad, it's a jihad. But stealth jihad, by its definition, has no actual evidence to support it. So you're believing something without evidence. It's not quantifiable. You can't put a tangible fucking thing on it, and it's being controlled behind us without our means, and it's going on, and we can't do anything to fucking stop it, but it's there without it. So you believe in this thing, you believe this thing exists, and don't give me this Islamification shit. When Jews came over and got synagogues and stuff, it wasn't a Judaification. Right? When Sikhs get Hindu temples, or this gets that, or when other cultures come over here and get things that they get, we don't classify it as some sort of isification, but you do when you do it with, and then it's a stealth jihad. Right? And here's another question. How do you falsify a stealth jihad? You can't, can you? So you believe in something that is without evidence and unfalsifiable. What does that sound like to you? Atheists? How good at being atheists are you and criticising them when you believe in something without evidence that is good? And if it's got evidence, it's not a stealth fucking jihad. I'm so sick of this fucking continual, non-stop bullshit. Well, I only see Muslims trying to kill us. Do you know why, right? What do you think Muslims see in their country? They see Muslims trying to kill them fucking too. Are they that good? Are they working together? Are they fucking working together that well that they're actually... Are they that clever? They're trying to connive us and trick us with a civil war. They're killing each other. What did George Bush say was his reason for invading Iraq? Iraq, where nearly 1 million people have died and even more millions of refugees have gone and fled the country. What was his reason? He said, I invaded Iraq because God told him to do it. Do I believe that? No, but I don't believe God told George Bush to invade Iraq any more than I believe Allah told fucking Osama bin Laden to fucking hit the Twin Towers, okay? But he can do that in the name of God and kill millions of people, and it's not terrorism, and we have the gall to sit there and say, I don't see Christians doing things in the name of their religion. No, because they're not going to fucking invade the own country they live in, are they? Have some fucking... Look at the world beyond your fucking doorstep. Richard the Dick Coughlin, 616. Good night, may God bless.